All right, so this video is about rounding. I'm going to put a couple of numbers up on the screen, and then we're going to talk about how we're going to round them. The first number I'm going to put up is 3,416. My next number that I'm going to put up would be 76,479. And then the last number we'll do would be 189,237. So when I look at these numbers, the first thing I want to think about is what position I want to round them to. What place do I want to round them to? So for our first number, 3,416, I would like to round it to the nearest thousands. If I'm going to round it to the nearest thousands, the first thing I do is circle my thousands place. And then I'm going to underline the number right on the right of it. That number is what's called my boss. I have nice bosses and I have mean and pushy bosses, depending on the digit. If my digit is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, that is a very nice boss. If my digit is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, that is an angry, pushy boss. So in this case of 3,416, my 4 is considered a nice boss. The nice boss tells whatever digit is circled to stay the same. So my 3 gets to stay a 3. And now everything after the 3 becomes a 0. So 3,416 rounded to the nearest thousands place is 3,000. Now let's say I have 76,479 and I want to round to the nearest hundreds. So I circle that 4 and I underline the 7. My 7 is what's considered a mean, pushy boss. So the 7 tells my 4 that it needs to step it up and go to a 5. Now everything to the left of my circled digit stays the same. That means my 76 stay the same. And just like our last number, everything to the right of my circled digit becomes a 0. So if I'm rounding 76,479 to the nearest hundreds, it's going to become 76,500. Let's move on to 189,237. I would like to round this number to the nearest 100,000. So I circle my 100,000. I underline my boss. I look and see that my boss is a mean, pushy boss. So my 1 has to become a 2. I don't have any numbers to the left of that, but I do have all of these to the right, and every single one of them becomes a 0. There's one number in particular that I want to talk to you about, and that is if I have something such as 97,361. And I want to round this to the nearest 10,000. So I circle that 9 and I underline 7 as my boss. So my 7 is mean and pushy, and it tells my 9 to go up. So my 9 is now becoming a 10. My 7 becomes a 0. My 361 becomes zeros. And so it's rounded up to 100,000. Make sure you understand that just because my 9 becomes a 10, don't forget that the 7 has to be a 0, the 3 has to be a 0, the 6, and the 1. So it's not going to come out to 10,000, it's going to come out to 100,000 because the 9 becomes a 10, everything else becomes zeros. Thank you.